Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to share with you what I like to call easy baked beans. Now, of course, classic baked beans, there's a million different ways you can make them. This is my version of them. They're really easy. There is no overnight soaking involved, no ham hocks. It's very simple and easy, but it still delivers all those wonderful classic flavors. Now, I'm going to share a recipe of them today with you because we're right about the end of summer. Labor Day weekend is just in a few days, and I figured if you're anything like me, you've got maybe some last minute summer parties to go to and you've got something to bring, you need to bring something, and this is a perfect thing. It's easy, it's delicious, everyone loves them, but like I said, they're really, really easy. And I actually made a batch of these, and I asked you also for myself because I'm actually bringing them to a party. And I asked you on social media if you wanted me to share a recipe, and everybody was like, yes, it's the perfect thing for me to take to my weekend party. So let me take you over the ingredients. There's a few, but they're all the right ones. Chicken stock, I've got some bacon, just chopped up, onion and garlic. These are some navy beans. I have rinsed these really well, and I just put them over in this little bowl. And then over here, I've got barbecue sauce, Worcestershire sauce, and some yellow mustard. And then here for my spices, I've got some smoked paprika, granulated onion and garlic, and you're also going to need some salt and pepper for the very, very end. So easy. Like I said, no overnight soaking, no ham hocks. You don't even have to bake these in the oven. I just do them on my stovetop, but you can do this in the oven. The point of the oven is that it cooks really evenly, low and slow for hours and hours. I just do this on the stovetop because I can. Dutch oven, nice and hot. To it, I'm gonna add my bacon. I'm not adding any fat to this, any oil or anything, because the bacon is going to naturally render out some of its own fat. And that's what I'm going to be cooking the onion and garlic in. So I'm going to just keep an eye on this. I want this to cook for a few minutes. It doesn't have to be fully crispy because you're going to add it back in, so it doesn't make a difference. I just want it to render out some fat and just cook up a little bit. This looks perfect. You can see the bacon probably rendered out about, I would say, 2 tablespoons or so of fat. If it rendered out a whole lot more than that, then I would suggest taking some of it out. But in this case, it really isn't necessary at all. So now I've added my onion and garlic. Now what I'm going to do, see, I didn't take my bacon out and I didn't cook until it was really crispy because it doesn't really make a difference. You're going to keep this in here to cook with the beans and whatnot, so it's going to get soft anyway. I'm going to cook this together until the onions and the garlic sort of soften a little bit. They don't have to be completely caramelized. You just want them to be soft because these will cook for a few hours. So that's gonna, that's gonna handle the softness. But you just want to develop a little bit of the flavor and just a little bit of color. Fabulous, my darling, fabulous. Listen, give me a piece of bread, maybe an egg. I'm good with that. I'm just saying, if all else fails. I'm gonna add my beans. Remember to wash them. And I'm also going to add my stock. Oy. Add that right in. Now, this is what's going to happen. And I need you to pay close attention. This is going to come to a rolling boil. And I mean rolling boil. At that point, you are going to cover that with a lid and let that cook on medium-low for about 2 hours. Now, what I'm going to do here now is just mix together the ingredients for my sauce, for my barbecue sauce mixture. When that comes to a boil, you cover it, you let that boil and simmer for 2 hours on medium-low. The beans, my beans, this particular kind, takes 3 hours total for them to cook to just soft but still keep their shape. So 2 hours simmering in the broth. After 2 hours, I'm going to remove the lid, add my barbecue sauce mixture, let it cook for an additional hour. I'm going to crank the heat up a little tiny bit so it thickens, and that's when you know your baked beans will be done. When they still have their shape, they're soft, and the barbecue sauce and sauce in general has thickened a little bit. I will show you what that looks like because it's going to take hours and hours and hours. I'm going to go ahead and run errands. Well, I'm not going to really run errands. I'm just going to take care of some chores while that cooks, and I will show you what it looks like once it's got the barbecue sauce in there. It's phenomenal. It's incredibly easy, and your home will be filled with the most incredible aroma. If, however, you don't want to keep this on your stovetop because you're going to have to give it a stir every now and then to make sure nothing sticks, and if you want to put it somewhere where you don't have to stir it, put it in a 325-degree oven for about 3.5 to 4 hours in total. So that's up to you, really. I'm going to leave it on the stovetop so it's nice and easy for me to give it a stir every now and then. I'll show you what it looks like when it's complete. All right, after 3 full hours of cooking, that is what you should be looking for. They smell redunculous. Is that even a word? We made it a word. Put that in the dictionary. If it's already in there, write whoever you have to write to let them know I came up with that. Point is, this is what they should look like. They smell so fantastic. You can see that the beans are fully cooked through, but they still retain their shape, which is what I like. Now I want to just add a teeny tad bit of salt and pepper. Not a lot of salt because you've got that bacon in there. You certainly don't want it to be overpowering, and the barbecue sauce is sweet, so it's just fantastic. If you want to make your own barbecue sauce, I don't have to tell you where to go and get the good recipe for it. Avi. But I do know I'm a realistic person. You know what? I buy pre-made barbecue sauce all the time. No shame in my game. But when you make this with either store-bought or homemade, it's money. And it's why I was requested that I bring it to this weekend's party. Look at that texture. And I'm telling you, it's easy all the way. We don't have to worry about soaking, buying a ham hock, which I can't even find in my regular grocery store. When I do like to get it and put it in the freezer. But these are just fantastic. It smells so good. Whoa. Oh man. That's the kind of baked beans I like. Barbecuey, sticky, the perfect amount of sweetness from the barbecue sauce, saltiness from the bacon, and those beans are just perfectly cooked through, and the texture is phenomenal. I could put this on some toast or anything really. Go to laurainthekitchen.com to get this recipe. Make it for your last summer big soiree, big barbecue. I guarantee you everyone will want the recipe, and when they do, you know, you tell them where to go. Hope you enjoy spending time with me. Thumbs up for easy recipes. Let me know what you want to see coming up. You know, it's fall, it's apple picking time, it's pumpkin picking time. You let me know what you want to see. Maybe more breakfast episodes. I don't know. You tell me. Hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.